What's up, everybody? This is Brody, Charlie, and Tudong Dylan from the Talk Punch YouTube channel and podcast, where we talk movies, do lists, rankings, and more, and you are about to listen to the Keeping Up with the Cardassians podcast. Enjoy!
The latest in pop culture and nerd news, an unhealthy obsession with pizza, and more Trek than 12 listeners can handle.
Seriously, guys, we could use a few new subscribers, so, tell a friend. Please.
Keeping Up with the Cardassians.
Good morning, everybody. We could use a few subscribers because we have a goal of trying to get to 1,000.
Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your brothers and friends, tell everybody.
If you hate the show, tell your worst enemy.
There you go.
Punish them. Hi, this is Rob.
This is Bill.
This is Sean, still mourning Tasha Yar.
He hasn't let it go, and he won't let it go. Nick is not here today. He has some issues. This is the first episode of Keeping Up with the Cardassians without Nick.
The first of many.
Really?
Yeah, it's the first one.
First of many.
Welcome to the party. If you want,
should send him away more often.
Exactly.
It's gastrointestinal issues, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sheets.
Dad's away, the kids will play.
Yeah.
If you want pop culture, we're here for it. You want Star Trek? We're here for that.
If you want Star Wars, I'm here for that.
Yep. Bill's got your back. I'll vomit. If you want Marvel news, go somewhere else.
If you want DC, go to Sean.
Yes, Sean loves DC.
I'm an expert.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Good. How's your weeks?
Pretty good.
Can't complain. Nobody listens.
Good. Welcome back, Sean.
Thank you.
How's your holidays?
It was good.
Good.
You know?
Man, I really feel like I'm getting inside of you right now.
I know.
So.
It's been a long time since you've been inside me.
Don't get it. What's going on, guys? How's the day? How's what's going on?
I can't complain. I saw something in the news yesterday that kind of, I was excited about it, but then it kind of made me a little bit, worried. And this isn't Star Trek news. This is Star Wars news. Kathleen Kennedy, who a lot of Star Wars fans have considered like the Phantom Menace over the last 14 years that she was over Lucasfilm, she stepped down. So AKA that means she was fired because it was all very sudden. And yeah, she was fired. She was asked to leave. Dave Filoni, for those of you who aren't into Star Wars, Dave Filoni, he is the guy who's been kind of over Star Wars TV over the last maybe 15, 20 years. He's done some really good work. And so now he is over Lucasfilm. And I was really excited about that until I found out that there's a rumor that he didn't care for Andor.
Daddy, chill.
I know, exactly, right? I mean, and Andor is, in not only just my opinion, a lot of people's opinion, some of the best Star Wars storytelling we've had since the original trilogy.
Okay.
And to find out that he might not have liked it, it's like, okay, it's got me wondering, like, can we trust his judgment? I don't know. They're trying to cover it up and say, oh, no, he never said that. They're backpedaling it. He never said that. And hopefully he didn't, because I would be really disappointed to find out that he disliked it.
As a Star Wars not aficionado, what makes Andor so good?
It was really the storytelling. It was the writing. It felt like this is something that could happen. Actually, it feels like it is happening right now, what's happening in Andor. It was the story of the rise of the Empire.
Okay.
And also the story of how it was supposed to be the story of how they got the Death Star plans.
Okay.
Which leads into the movie, what was the movie?
Rogue One.
Rogue One, thank you. I drew
Dropping dimes over here.
Yeah. And it was the story leading up to that and how the Empire rose. And, once again, it feels a little too real right now because we're kind of going through that right now. But it's really good storytelling, really good writing. Sometimes Star Wars felt cartoonish.
Yeah.
And this doesn't feel cartoonish at all. There's very little mention of the Force. I mean, and really the only mention of the Force is kind of, it's subtle. It's like implied. Nobody actually ever says the Force. But there's this one character toward the end in the last couple of episodes who's clearly Force sensitive. And that was like the only person in the show that I can remember, I may be wrong, where they actually mentioned the Force. And so once again, it's very well written. When I look at stuff like that, if I could look at the story and say, you know what, if they took this out of the Star Wars universe and just put it in a different universe, it still works. And I felt that way about the Batman. Because I felt the Batman, if it wasn't a Batman story, if it was just a murder mystery, the story works.
Anytime you can work Batman in, I appreciate it. Good work. So, how do the Star Wars fans in general respond to Andor?
Star Wars fans in general, as far as I know, they all loved it. People who aren't big Star Wars fans who've seen it have loved it. So yeah, it was very well received by Star Wars fans.
Well, it's not like with Star Trek. You got a very divisive group. As much as a lot of the fans are kind in Star Trek, a lot of them are kind of crazy too. So I just wasn't sure where, like the new Trek thing versus new Star Wars or whatever it is.
I would say, and I don't know if this is really a fair comparison, but I would say Star Wars fans feel about Andor the way a lot of Star Trek fans feel about Strange New Worlds.
Okay, that's a good comparison, I think.
I would agree.
Hey, Sean's here, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
I was letting Bill do
I
his
know,
thing.
I know. What do you know about Star Wars? Like, where's your inventory with Star Wars?
Okay, so loved the original trilogy, didn't hate the prequel trilogy, enjoyed. I have mixed feelings about the new trilogy, and it was mostly because I didn't, lots of it has been discussed, but I wasn't really keen on let's wipe the board of the, original characters to make way for new.
I don't mind. I watched the one where they killed off Han Solo. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I don't mind.
When I was there, I knew it was coming, and we were in the theater. And
Hans didn't.
I was sat next to this little kid, and he was like, when you're like at the end of your icy, and you're just going for it, and this kid was going, and so I was like, I knew it was coming. I was like, this character that I've loved my entire life is about to get it, and I've got this 7-year-old who's like. Right? And so I looked and I was just like, cool it, kid. And he was like, and then I just watched his eyes as Han Solo died.
So I don't like me not being a Star Wars person. I don't mind that they try to change things and kill an original character. I get that. I kind of respect that.
It's not that they killed an original character. My issue is the fact that Finn, the stormtrooper that defects, was much more interesting than anything else that was done in that
was
film.
a very compelling story. And they just dropped it.
That was part of that was one of the like I said before we started recording. I liked the trailer for The Force Awakens more than I liked the film. And if there was any good feeling about the film, it was because it was Christmas time and everybody was hyped about it, and it was the exact same story as the original, so it felt like a warm blanket. But Kylo Ren was an interesting character. Finn was an interesting character. Rey was okay, but did not have the arc of Luke Skywalker.
Didn't she adopt the Skywalker name or something like that at the end of it? How did people feel about that?
I didn't care for it, and there was a lot of things I didn't care about for the sequel trilogy. That's what the third set was, the sequel trilogy. I didn't care about the fact that they had to connect Rey to somebody who was already existed. So basically, they made her Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
And in the second movie, they had said that she was just Rey, and I was thrilled. It's great. She doesn't have to be a Skywalker. There was a rumor that she was somehow related to Obi-Wan Kenobi at the time that the fans were saying. I was like, great. She doesn't have to be a Skywalker. She doesn't have to be related to Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's probably a really big galaxy.
Yeah.
And
in a galaxy far away.
Yeah. And it's why does everybody have to be related? And that drove me crazy. So I was happy until they came out with The Rise of Skywalker, which I've only seen once. I don't think I've been able to sit through it since it first came out. And they say, oh, no, she's Palpatine's granddaughter. I was like, you bastards.
Yeah. Let's see. So beyond that, I liked Solo.
I like Solo too.
And it was just because I was I would very much enjoy just a fun heist movie, and it was that. And I don't care if it's connected to the larger story. I liked Donald Glover as a young Lando.
I like Donald Glover in general.
Yeah. I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. Haven't seen the third. I didn't watch.
Is there a movie coming out?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't watch any of Andor, even though I wanted to. Andor synced up to right when we had Henry.
Okay.
And so TV watching has been obliterated. I watch Bluey. Okay? That's what I watch. I watch Bluey and the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. You guys want to start a podcast about the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh?
No. I'm so glad with our kids we avoided much of the stupid TV shows.
Dude, no. How?
You're allowed to swear. You're allowed to swear.
It's fantastic, sir. It is a masterpiece.
We'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I believe you.
I didn't watch. What was the one that's so divisive because they dared put ladies in it?
Star Wars?
The Acolyte.
Acolyte, yes.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
I watched The Acolyte. I liked it.
Yeah, see, because you're not an asshole. I watched The Skeleton Crew.
Mm-hmm.
That was the little kid one.
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot, and that is because, believe it or not, my favorite Star Wars movie is The Battle for Endor.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? As a small child, I loved the Ewoks.
Well, going back to Solo, I think you, me, and my brother are the only people I know who actually admit to liking Solo. I like Solo.
Yeah, the dude who played Solo did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was in Weapons.
Okay.
Huh.
He was also in. He was in an episode of Ironheart.
He was in a bunch of the episodes of Ironheart. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Rob's taking notes. So yeah, I don't think I might be missing something. So we were discussing this too. Like, I obviously am a big Marvel comic book fan, therefore I also enjoy the MCU, but I am one of those people that absolutely understands how, like, your average normal person that is not like a dyed-in-the-wool, like, true hardcore nutcase about it would be like, that's too much content.
Yeah,
like, it's coming way too fast, and that's the problem that I
Hate
have.
it when that happens.
Like,
That's what she said.
and that's how I feel about Star Wars, because, like, when the third season of Mandalorian came out, I was like, oh, there was the Boba Fett show, which I didn't think was that, like, I watched it, but I was like, not that great.
No one. And I'm finally getting to the point now because where there's too much Star Wars content. They've got stuff I haven't even seen yet. Like there's one show I haven't watched called I forgot what it's called. It was one of the animated series.
Yep.
It's only 4 episodes. Can't think of the name. I haven't seen it.
Bad Batch?
No, I love the Bad Batch.
Okay.
But it was a newer one that came out like this last season. And it's not that I don't want to see it. It's just there's just too much stuff. Not just too much Star Wars content. But I have a long list of shit that I want to watch that I just haven't gotten to yet. And every time you turn around, every other week, Star Wars has another series. You're like, sorry, I'm falling behind.
Because I know for a fact, I'm going to get crap for this because it's immediately going to turn into a race thing. But I know I haven't watched, when it comes to Marvel, I didn't watch the Eyes of Wakanda cartoon.
I didn't know there was one.
I haven't seen that either.
Okay.
I didn't know there was
If
one.
Nick was here, he'd be like,
Look, I haven't watched it just because too much stuff. You haven't watched it because you're a fucking racist.
Yep.
Call it like you see it, Bill. I didn't even know it was out. I had no clue.
Yeah, I mean, and also Marvel Zombies. I haven't seen that.
I don't want to do the zombie show. I'm not interested.
And I'm not a huge zombie fan, but I wanted to see Marvel Zombies, and I'll watch it eventually. There's just too much stuff to watch.
I'm
I've got a
excited
job.
for Wonder Man, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that comes out when sometime
27th.
27th.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that soon.
And they're dropping all of it at once because they have so much faith in it.
That's the same thing they did with
With Echo and Ironheart.
I'm drawing a blank for everything. Echo, I remember they did that with Echo. They did it with Ironheart too?
Yep.
I didn't know they did that.
I haven't seen Echo either.
So it's just the browns and the blacks and the reds that they come out with. They say, you know what, we drop them all at once. Gracious, I tell you.
Weird. Speaking of Marvel, though,
I kid.
where are you at on the teaser trailers?
I've watched them all.
Well, yeah, but tell me about what your reaction as you're watching them. You're the Marvel
okay.
guy.
All right. Let's see.
Like the first one was.
First one was Steve Rogers. I was incredibly excited for that one. I do not have when it came to the Robert Downey Jr. casting, and when it came to we're bringing Steve Rogers back, I do not have the feelings that it seems like a lot of the internet, which I think is just Snyderverse fans from DC, just kind of sneaking in there and being like, we're going to talk shit because, they took away our Lord and Savior.
Let it go, Snyderverse people.
I think that one of the number one things that people wanted to see post-Endgame was, I'd really love to see a show where Steve Rogers went and put the stones back. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's exactly what we're going to get.
Okay.
And we're going to see the issue with taking those stones out of time in the first place and what it caused. And having Robert Downey Jr. play Dr. Doom, I also don't have a problem with, because if done correctly, and I think this is the way they're going to go, I don't think we're ever going to see his face. I don't think there's going to be a reveal where they're like, "Oh, you look just like Tony Stark." I do not think they're going to do that.
I can't see them bringing him back and not.
Yeah, I think that's the whole
having a
purpose of
reveal.
bringing him back. My opinion, of course.
I could be wrong.
I think it'd be great if they didn't. I think that's a ballsy move by the studio and by the Russo brothers.
Sure. So loved the first trailer.
I thought it was AI the first few times I watched it.
Yeah,
100%
know.
thought it was
Pretty
AI.
much- there's pretty much everything in the world right now I fear is AI.
Yeah.
Fan-made trailers.
So I thought that too. You know, I've talked. I don't think I've ever talked about it on here, but I have talked about the fact that, like, I think for me, the story is gonna, like, I really enjoyed the Fantastic Four, and I think the reason why I almost put that as my number one MCU film, which is
Number
crazy.
one overall?
Yes.
Wow.
Here's why. I'm a dad, and if that movie had come out 5 years ago when I wasn't a dad, it'd be in top 5. But the story resonated with me because of that, being like kind of fresh in that. So I think, like, and I always kind of put that asterisk there and have to explain that to people of like, this is why, you know. And so when the reveal is like, oh, Steve's living his life and he's a dad, and you know, I have a feeling that when Steve plucked those stones out of time, that Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom's family was probably killed in an incursion, and so he's gunning for their kids. So that's going to resonate with me. The second trailer with Thor, fantastic. Like, absolutely the tone that should have been. I enjoyed Ragnarok, but Thor should not. And like, I've got a couple. Like, I don't hate Love and Thunder the way everyone else hates Love and Thunder, but
I didn't either.
I have some very glaring issues with it. The Gore the God Butcher story is, like, it should be impactful. It didn't feel impactful. It felt like a big joke. The number one thing I hated in that movie, when they're in New Asgard, there's like an ice cream shop called Infinity Cones, and it's like the Infinity Gauntlet. I wanted to throw something at the how. Half their people were killed in the first battle with Thanos. And so then they're like, you know what would be a great idea? Let's memorialize those people by making ice cream. It was so stupid.
And those people weren't dusted; they were killed.
Right. Yeah, no, I know.
I didn't think about that, but you're right.
So for them to be like, oh, we're gonna name our, it just was stupid. It was 100% KUWTC, and it
That
just
whole movie was stupid.
no, I know. And then the Jane Foster cancer story in the comics, written by Jason Aaron, is impactful, and Jane has been a part of Thor's, you know, in the comic books she's been around forever, a big established, you know, it's nice occasionally to have like the human element in that world. Sometimes it's more interesting to see those characters through their eyes, you know. And so then it was all of a sudden it was like, oh, Jane's got powers and that's great, but it was shit like her coming up and like, oh, I gotta get a catchphrase, and I'm listening to this song, and it's just like everything was a joke, and it was like it was not supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna kill off a character. There should be some, or you got to make it a little more serious, and you got to feel that impact.
Right.
Like
So-
when Tasha Yar died.
Yes, exactly. R.I.P.
Still not getting over it.
So the Thor trailer was exactly the tone that it needed to be. And it also, like, not only just the tone for Thor, but it sets the tone for the stakes. Like, he looks scared. He is a god praying to gods because he's that worried that he's not going to come back from this. Like, the stakes that they're setting for Doom are exactly the right stakes that they should set. So then that's the Thor trailer. So the third one, which I know is the one that you're waiting for my reaction from, which is the X-Men. I obviously, like, fluids were coming out of every
I'll say you pounded it out, didn't you?
tearing up, as you know.
The tears for Loop.
I mean, so I have always had an issue with the original run of X-Men movies being the Wolverine show, because I think that the X-Men story is technically through Cyclops' eyes. So seeing James Marsden back is going to be great. seeing the character. I know I'm going way too long.
No,
on
I'm
this.
just.
I can see
I
you
got.
looking at your
I always
watch.
make sure that I'm actually recording because it does have a tendency to cut out.
Oh,
on
okay.
this.
You know, he's obviously great. I'm excited that he's going to, and you know, it could be 3 minutes. We have no idea.
Yeah,
that could have been
I
it.
can't imagine they're going to be in it for very long.
I don't think so either. And that's sort of what made me sad about that trailer is like I just the history of the X-Men is they don't get to win.
Yeah.
Because obviously like what we're seeing in the streets in our country right now, the X-Men are never going to win.
Right.
And so that part of it's heartbreaking for me because like I really enjoyed Days of Future Past because it ended on like a happy note of like, hey, we fixed time and everybody's back and that's where we're gonna button it. And then it was like Logan, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill this. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him. And then Ryan Reynolds is gonna come along and desecrate it with a stupid NSYNC dance. So I digress. But I loved it.
Good.
I'm happy to see those characters back, but I have equal love for James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. I think they were fantastic.
Equal love.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think Fassbender, like,
Fassbender's,
particularly
yeah.
nailed it. And so I kind of wish we could get them back, too.
Yeah.
Maybe they will.
You never know.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Wakanda Fantastic Four one, I enjoyed.
Okay.
This is gonna be a hot take. I understand that in the comics, Shuri took over, but I do think it was a disservice to the fandom to not recast Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
And I say that because, like, so every Halloween I pass out candy and comic books, and post Black Panther, it was exciting to see kids in my neighborhood come dressed up as black. Like,
Yeah,
that,
absolutely.
I was like, hooray. It's finally not just, you know, Shaq's Steel and sidekick Falcon. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like there was a character that was like, I remember being in the theater and like you could just sort of feel it when that first one came out where
Yeah.
it was like, finally, you know? And I like Shuri, but I was sort of hoping some of the multiverse stuff would pull in. Like, just make an alternate, make Michael B. Jordan, you know, somebody. Just
I'm a huge fan of just like, and obviously Chadwick Boseman's situation is a little different because he died, but like just recast the character. I don't need another reboot or whatever it is.
I mean, obviously I can't speak for him because I didn't know him. And in retrospect, I sort of like, man, that death really affected me because I understood the gravity of that role.
Sure.
And then when you go back, you can clearly see that he's sick. There's like a couple shots in like the funeral scene in particular in Endgame. He's
Not well.
gaunt.
Gotcha.
You know?
One of his last movies was a Netflix movie called, I think, The Five Bloods.
Yeah.
And you could kind of tell in that as well.
Yeah, there's just moments where you're like, oh, now that I know,
Yeah.
you can kind of see. And I, like, again, I don't know. But I would imagine that because of the impact that character had, I don't think he would want it to stop with him. And I think because of the narrative at that time in our country and everyone kind of walking on eggshells, rightfully so, but that I think Disney was terrified to recast.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of a backlash.
Yeah.
That never sort of came. And I can understand not wanting to, and I can understand the group of people that do,
Sure.
you know? But it was very exciting considering the fact that Black Panther initially appeared in Fantastic Four 52. That was the first. It was nice to see the first meeting. I like M'Baku. And so I'm jazzed about those two worlds kind of coming together.
I've liked that actor for a long time too.
Yeah.
Baku.
Duke.
Yeah, like the technology of the futuristic retro 60s Fantastic Four meets Wakanda thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's going to
It's
be
a nice
awesome.
contrast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I don't think there needs to, like, everybody's like, can't wait there doesn't need to be a full trailer.
No, I agree. There doesn't.
That's it.
Just if
show
you
us
could-
that's it.
I wish they would actually space these out for longer periods, so that way we'd have just like little teasers leading up to it, just little ones.
And I've been reading that there's like rumors that the ticking clock actually has a hidden code. And if you look at the timestamps in them, supposedly if you watch Endgame, the timestamps for each trailer match when they plucked the stones out of time.
Oh, okay.
Well,
See,
I'm sorry.
by all means, please.
I was gonna say I'm enjoying the memes surrounding
Hell yeah.
the trailer. Like I saw one that said the Blues Brothers will return in Avengers
Doomsday.
My favorite one was and actually I
Was it on
pull a screenshot.
keeping _up_ Cardassians? Because there's one on there.
There is.
I don't know if it's this one or not. But it says somehow Palpatine will return in Avengers Doomsday.
That's great.
I love that one.
That's great.
So
See,
I've been enjoying the memes.
I think Doom's needs to steal those kids because they're powerful, right? And to bring his family back in the long run.
Okay.
That's kind of my theory, is that he's going to use them to somehow reset the timeline.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
And that makes sense because the rumor is that this, and I don't think it's a rumor, but that this is going to be a reset of the MCU and all the rules are going to be recast. So that does it.
I know I'm a big fan of recasting, but I fear for anybody who plays Wolverine next.
Yeah.
That's a standard, man.
Or Cap.
Or Cap, because Chris Evans knocked it out of the damn park. He really did. I think you can find people to do Iron Man. He knocked it out of the park as Cap.
I disagree, but
I think Iron Man would be harder to recast than Captain America. I mean, I don't want to be the guy who has to recast
Either one of them. No.
But I think Cap will be easier to recast than Iron Man.
No, because I disagree, because I think Chris Evans did it in such a way where he just nailed the persona of that old-timey, brought it in the future, played it with sincerity, whereas I think you can do more of the cocky Bravo thing. Hell, I can do it like on my daily basis when I'm playing a shtick with people around me of Tony Stark. I think that's easier to do. I think Captain America and Superman are the two hardest characters to write for, because ultimately they're good. And I think it's also hard to find an actor to do those the way they should be portrayed.
sure.
So, yeah.
All right.
Question for you guys. I got one thing before. You guys got anything else?
Nope. I'm good.
I got maybe one or two things, but I'm going to name some shows. This is an article over on movieweb.com. The 11 best 2000 TV shows no one remembers.
Okay.
Let's see it play a game if you remember them and if you liked them.
Okay.
And audience 734-494-0980. Tell Nikki sucks, and then let us know what you think about these. And any suggestions you might have a show from the 2000s. I have one, which the people who've listened to this for a long time know. Grounded for Life.
Yeah.
I remember it. Never seen a single episode, but I remember seeing the ads for it.
I don't remember it at all.
Okay.
Sean,
I mean, I know.
did you watch it at all?
Here and there. I'd have to look at a picture of the cast.
It's an Irish family. Ugh. Am I right?
Yeah. Okay. Donald Logue. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this, but I don't remember it at all. Now, Jericho is one I've heard a lot of good things about. I don't know anything about it, never watched it, but I've heard excellent things about it.
Jericho's another one. I've heard of it. Never saw a single
I
episode.
think I watched the first season.
Another one I heard was good, never watched it, the 4400.
I want to say my wife watched that one, and I never did. Once again, heard of it, never watched it.
Okay.
Nope.
We're not doing well here. This one I've never heard of. Party Down.
I've heard
Is
of it.
that George
That's
Takei?
George Takei.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it, but
Another one I've never heard of. Harper's Island.
Never heard of that one.
It looks like it's a one-season show on CBS, lasted only 13 episodes.
Looks like Ethan Hawke.
It looks like it's trying to blow Lost.
okay. Fair enough.
Flight of the Conchords. Again, never heard of it.
I've heard of it. Never seen it.
show.
HBO, that's probably why.
It was
Didn't
fun,
have the money for HBO back then.
right?
Still don't. Black Book.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
If I'm going to guess, this is probably British.
I can.
Doesn't say it's British, but it looks British.
It's British. You can tell by the actors that I just saw
Yeah.
roll by the screen. It's one of the dudes from Shaun of the Dead. Another
Oh,
guy that's
yeah,
a big,
definitely then.
Like, yeah.
Kenny versus Spenny.
Nope. Never heard of it.
7 seasons? A reality TV landscape was dominated by glossy performers. Survivor. It's a Canadian show. Came along with flip the script of the genre by capturing the absurdity of friendship.
This is 2000 to 2010. I was drinking a lot, so I'm probably not
Fair
going to
enough.
remember many of these because I was living it up in my 20s.
Fair enough. Dollhouse from Josh Whedon.
Heard of it.
Heard of it. Never seen a single episode. It looks like it was only one season.
Yeah, it was on Fox, just like all his other shows.
Right.
People love the Whedon stuff at the time. So I'm going to imagine that.
And my thing is, I was watching a lot of TV back then, And so, when they go to commercial break, it's like, oh, that house. All right, yeah, fine. I'm never going to watch it, and I never did.
Nick, if you're listening, it has a guy from Battlestar Galactica in it, and I can't think of his name, but that guy right there. Never heard of it. Still Standing.
Don't think I ever heard of that one.
No.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. It's got the lady from Twister. That's not Helen Hunt.
Oh yeah, Southern accent, can't do it. And then this one I did watch, Dark Angel.
Didn't watch it, but I heard of it. Obviously,
Heard of it.
everyone
Didn't
heard
watch
Dark
it.
Angel.
Yeah, Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
I enjoyed it.
I
thought,
remember you watching it.
I thought it was entertaining. I wouldn't say it was great, but I thought it was entertaining. Absolutely.
And, maybe I'm showing my age here, but I'm a big fan of NCIS.
Okay.
And Michael Weatherly.
So you're a CBS watcher. How old are you? 50? Not 100?
I'm in my 50s. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be even older.
Oh,
into my
dang.
50s.
I was saving this happy birthday till
I
later.
got you
Thank you.
some donuts.
Actually, we got some upstairs too.
But I watch NCIS, and I never seen Dark Angel. But Michael Weatherly, who played Tony DiNozzo on NCIS, he was in Dark Angel. He was the guy in the wheelchair, which today they wouldn't have an actor who could walk
Yeah,
play somebody in a wheelchair.
that's insensitive.
But
yeah.
he was the guy in the wheelchair.
Yep, that's true.
And
So
he and Jessica Alba dated for a bit. while he
good
was
for
in-
him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Back then, man.
Today, Jessica
Oh,
Alba
no,
still smooth
today
stuff.
still, but I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna watch the show. But a show that I loved in the 2000s, the early 2000s, lasted. Well, it got a whole season, and then it released a second season. But the second season was they had to change the way the show ran. Was Boomtown. Boomtown was absolutely fantastic. I'll pull a picture up for you.
Rob let me borrow the first season on DVD years back, and it was
Boomtown?
excellent. Yeah. I don't think I ever watched the second though.
While I'm pulling up, tell me a little bit about it, if you would.
I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, I know the one. I mean, I know it's like a cop show.
Yeah, so what it basically did is it took the cop genre, and especially in the first few episodes. I have do you have a DVD player?
I do.
I have this. You can borrow it if you're ever interested in it. But it took the street cop's point of view, filmed some of that. It took the detective's point of view, filmed some of that. It took the lawyer's point of view, filmed some of it, and then the criminal or whoever it was, and they kind of put it all together, and so it painted the whole picture. And the characters were great. There's this Neil McDonough. Was fantastic as the attorney in it. Just absolutely fantastic. I fell in love with the man because of this show. He was actually Hawk in First Contact.
I know Neil McDonough. He's been on a lot of stuff.
But the show was done so well. He nailed his role. It was one of the Wahlbergs in it. Donnie Wahlberg.
He is one of those actors. Neil McDonough, not Wahlberg. He's one of those actors. He's good in everything. And kind of like before we started, I was talking about how I love Nick Offerman, and he elevates everything he's in. And
Nick Offerman's great.
Neil McDonough's one of those other actors. I don't think he gets a lot of enough credit, but he's good in everything. He's a really good bad guy. I like him better when he's a bad guy than when he's a good guy.
Oh yeah, he's
Bad guy in
fantastic
Justified.
as a bad guy. What's that?
He was Justified as a bad guy.
I was just thinking about that. He was a bad guy in the season of Justified.
Yeah, he's great. And
Dum Dum Dugan in the Marvel Universe.
oh, there's a reporter I think it was too that was involved, and they kind of got her kind of entangled in it all, and it was just really well executed. It was really good, but I think it was way too high concept for the 2000s network TV. I think that it was, and they kind of, for lack of a better word, dumbed it down as the series went on, but it was still very good in that first season.
Okay.
So I it's very good luck finding it because I think it's only on DVD, and good luck if you don't have a DVD player. So, but it's fantastic.
I don't have a 2000s
And the
show.
opening theme song was dope.
Do people not have DVD players now?
No,
Yeah, they're a thing. I have one.
they don't have CD players.
Oof, that one hurts.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a 2000 show that I watched that most people didn't hear of, but there was a 90s show that I absolutely loved. I wrote 2 papers about it in college. Wow. That a lot of people heard of it, but nobody watched it. It was Homicide: Life on the Street.
Oh, Homicide!
Oh yeah,
Life on the
Homicide
Street
was
is
great.
fantastic.
It's from the same guy, I think.
Yeah. And a lot of people just
Graham
didn't watch
Yost.
it.
I know it was based on a book, and it was my introduction to Andre Braugher.
Yeah.
It's
And
fantastic.
it's finally streaming now on Peacock.
Okay.
And me and my wife watched the entire season, the entire series when it came out. And you mentioned Andre Braugher.
Yeah.
Andre Braugher was the best part of 2 cop shows. He was the best part of Homicide: Life on the Street, and he was the best part of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was amazing at Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Before that, I don't think I could have imagined him in a sitcom. But he was the straight guy, so he played it straight, and that worked toward his strength. But he was awesome in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Maybe I was wrong about that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is great.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is great. I kind of swore he did, but I guess I was wrong. I'll have to do some research on that. But so yeah, Boomtown is mine.
Yeah, like I say, most people have heard of Homicide. Just
Oh yeah, I watched it. It was great.
A lot of people just didn't watch it.
It was dark. I mean,
yeah.
it was gritty, and I liked it. That's why I liked it. Now, this day and age, I want a little more levity in what I watch because of life as an adult sucks.
Life is
Just watch Bluey, man.
ugly enough.
No, I'm good. I'd
Dude,
rather
8-minute episodes.
I'd rather blow you my head off.
You sold me in Bluey. I'm gonna go home and try and watch a couple episodes of Bluey.
Have you taken them to Great Lakes Crossing? They have a whole Bluey experience out there.
What?
Apparently.
No, I didn't know that.
No.
Hey, my internet isn't working. When did Fringe come out? Was that 2000s?
Yeah, that was like 2005, 2006, something like that.
That would be my choice from the 2000s. It's a great show.
Let's see here.
I don't think many people watched it.
I don't think
It's another one. I think that was probably a little bit too much for network TV at the time.
That's another one of those shows that's on
2008.
my long list of stuff I want to watch. I just haven't seen it.
It's my favorite finale of all time, next to 6 Feet Under.
That was a good finale. Probably my favorite finale of all time, and this is, I don't know, it's Breaking Bad.
Okay.
All right.
Great finale.
Yeah. Mine's still TNG's. No, sorry, mine's Newhart still.
So, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, I assume that you've watched Better Call Saul.
I did.
I wound up enjoying Better Call Saul more than I did Breaking Bad.
It was definitely a different show, and I know a lot of people said Better Call Saul was better than Breaking Bad. I wouldn't say that, but it was definitely a damn good show. I loved every second of Better Call Saul.
Did you like El Camino?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, me too.
That movie was a bit of fan service, I think, but
Yeah.
still, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
The 2 Star Trek episodes we have to talk about today, I don't think there's much from them. So do you mind if we cover 2 more things?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we dive into that stuff?
Yes, please.
I'm trying to remember what the first thing was because it's escaping me. Crap, I don't remember what it was.
Oh, man.
I know. But the other thing was, and so we killed our dog yesterday.
Yeah, I heard.
Have you guys been through that?
Yes.
Having to tell the kids to keep up with Kardashians, Sean. We sometimes dive into the more realistic things. Having to tell the kids was one of the suckiest things I've ever had to do. And I said suckiest. I don't even care. But like, my daughter's at school, and we told them about a month ago. Like, we envisioned this happening pretty soon because she was having her issues, right? And her name was Talia after the character Talia al Ghul in Batman. And so we told them a while ago, and both of them were just like, actually, the way we broke it to our kids, God bless us, is so we're like, we brought you guys down here because we need to talk to you about something. And
Divorced.
we 100% did that. And like, they both went,
Did you say we're getting divorced?
yeah. And so they're like, and if you're watching on YouTube, they're like, and the reaction wasn't what I thought it was, but then we kind of serious it up and we said, hey.
What would you have done if they were like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, we knew this was coming.
I'm going with mom.
I would have been like smart. But we told them then, and then they both kind of reacted to like, and Gavin's just like stone faced, and Sydney's like, okay, and she's older, so she kind of gets it, and so we anticipated it happening later, and then the past week it was not great for the dog, so we called Sydney on Wednesday and say, hey, this is going to take place on Friday. Do you want to come home? Because she mentioned she wanted to be here, but not here in the building, and so she took the train in on Thursday, but before we went and got her, we kind of explained to Gavin what was going on, and that kid did not talk. He's just like, fuck you guys. And so we went and got the daughter. They got home, and yesterday we were here. They were saying their goodbyes. We gave the dog a whole fucking pizza, basically, and the thing, and wolfed it down like crazy. Like that dog went out on cloud 9. But, leading up to that, and just, man, like, haven't experienced that with a family, like through their eyes more so. And then we were there with the dog, and it was emotional, man. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. It was, my wife is a Stoke person too. And man, it was very surreal. Mm-hmm. And they came to the house, which is a cool service. Big props to Lap of Love, a service that comes to your house to do this, and their staff. We had Dr. Emily, fantastic. She didn't like placate or like over emotional, but she was very supportive and things like that. So I gotta give this service, first of all, props, because even when you call, they're very good about it. Even when she was here, she was fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. She was fantastic. I don't know what else to say. So big props to this service, because if we had to try to take the dog to the vet, Toddy was thick, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stress it would put on her, then to get her there, then her overreact to being to the vet, and the vet probably being a dickhead vet and all this other stuff, it would have been inhumane. And to have the service available where it could be more humane to the animal, to the people that are surrounded by the animal, it was huge, absolutely huge. And she could die around friends and things like that. So it was as good as it could go, but I did not expect the fury of things that were happening, like even with me, the emotions that would happen with that. Did not expect that. Even when I walked down the door today and had to, so we record on Saturdays. Dog died yesterday. Had to lift up the little thing that locks our back door. I was like, well, fuck. And I was like, man, what the fuck happened to me? Because it was a lot, man. It was a lot. So I just kind of curious if you said you've had to do it.
Yeah, I did it. It was 30 years ago. I was in my 20s, and so I'm in my 50s now. So I was in my 20s, and it was the dog I had growing up. We got him when I was 10, and I think he was 22 when we had to put him down. And I actually wound up doing it. I took him to the. I didn't kill him. No, I was
like, damn.
No, I wound up taking him to the. I actually took him to the Humane Society, and they did it. They shaved a little piece of his paw.
Yeah.
Stuck the needle in, and he went like that. It's
yeah,
like,
the dog went quick. Like you're petting it, and then all of a sudden, like you can move it freely, and you're like, that's wild.
Yeah, he went really quick. And yeah, that was the last dog I've had, because after that, I developed an allergy. So I can't be around dogs. However, my nephew, the one who was here with us a few weeks ago, he has a dog, a toy poodle, who I just love him to death. And he's hypoallergenic, and I don't have any problems with his dog. So my next dog is going to be a poodle.
Nice. I told the kids when we were telling Gavin, I'm like, one of the reasons I did not want this dog is because I knew today would happen. I didn't want to deal with this. And scoreboard. I'm just kidding. But it was wild, man. So I just want, if you guys have lost pets or lost humans in that long run, it sucks. Yeah. And, talk to somebody if you need it.
What I think is wild is they gave you the 2-for-1 deal, and that's why Nick's not here.
I know. You know what's wild?
Did he go as quickly?
Yeah. No, it took him a while. I had to beat him into submission.
They buried him with Joe.
We're just killing people over here.
Eventually, you're next.
Yeah. Come for it. I dare you. I put more of a fight than everybody else.
Well, I am glad that I'm glad that it hit you emotionally.
You are human.
Oh, okay.
I worry about you sometimes.
How so?
That you're heartless and cold. You're an evil prick.
I can be. That's right.
So to see some emotion, it's like, oh, okay, he hasn't gone.
He's not an android.
Full psychopath.
Well, it's I've dealt with a lot of death in my life.
I know.
I've been desensitized to it to a certain extent.
You have. This concerns me.
I have psychotic tendencies, especially when I was younger.
Okay.
And I'm sitting right next to him.
I know. So I think more so it's the death that I had to deal with as a young man. And Sean, you know this.
I do.
That kind of just gets you used to it, for lack of a better word. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so you've had, like, as a young person, you've had these deaths that hit you so hard that can anything equal that pain? And I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird because
I think what's happening is you're reconciling the fact that something you had to go through is now something that your children have to go through.
Yeah.
That's
fuck them kids. Yeah. But
look what they've done to you.
I know.
You soft.
No, it's not even. I don't even think it's so much that. It's just telling them sucked, but in the long run, it's like, this thing was here. It was loyal, and it was a good dog. In all fairness,
I was
but
bummed when I came in and I didn't get barked at.
well, yeah, I was waiting for the way. I was muscle memory, waiting for the dog to bark at you when you were coming. I'm like, oh, guess that's not happening anymore. So it was just a wild thing that we had to go through.
It was always a happy bark, though, because she
Oh,
barked, she barked at me, too, and I go, oh, hey, Ty, how you doing?
Well, that's what she wanted you to do is pet her.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit right here. You come to me and pet me.
Like, rub me now.
Yeah, so it was wild. It was a wild week for multiple reasons, but that's just one of them. That's how we capped it.
How do I?
And we took the dog. As soon as that happened, the kids came back home and we drove her back to Kalamazoo, and then came back here. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm just going to bed. I don't have time for anything. Stay tuned for next week when that comes around.
Right.
I got a topic for next week too.
Did you remember the second thing?
No, I have no clue what the second thing was. And it's pissing me off.
Well, on to Star Trek then.
We can go on and start. Oh, I do. You remind me. We would be remiss as a kind of a Star Trek Genesis podcast not to talk about. Sorry, Sean. And spoilers. Starfleet Academy.
Yes.
I don't know if there's gonna be spoilers or not. I watched the first episode. I did not watch the first two, which came out this past Thursday. Bill, you watched both or one?
I watched both.
Okay.
I watched both episodes.
All right.
And I really liked it. There was a change of tone between the first episode and the second episode, but it was a lot better than I was expecting it to be, because I actually like Discovery, but I can acknowledge the failings of Discovery. The writing was inconsistent, and even when the writing was good, it wasn't very good.
Okay.
But the writing on the first two episodes of this show, I thought was really good.
Good. So, my history with this Discovery is I was hopeful for Star Trek coming back. And then the minute I saw Klingon boobs, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Yes, that's a real thing.
You could see Klingon titty in this.
And so...
Do they all have... are there just two?
There's two per boob, 2 nipples per boob. I'm kidding.
But I didn't...
Ridges?
Yeah. So better for you to grab onto. Grip. No, I just didn't like the way Discovery told stories. Mm-hmm. And so I'd watch it and I'd watch it and I'm like, all right, that was not good. And then I'd try it again. And then finally around the third season, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just punishing myself.
I think it was too melodramatic sometimes.
It was very melodramatic
and
a lot of leaps from situations to situations. I mean, still don't even know the bridge crew's name.
Yeah, same here. I mean, and in every Star Trek show, the captain, the show is centered around the captain. Although she wasn't a captain until like the third season, but every show, the story is centered around the captain or the central character. But other characters get some attention.
Yeah.
And in Discovery, it was definitely the Michael Burnham show, to the point where I did enjoy the show, but I don't know the name of most of the bridge crew.
Yeah. I don't like anybody where they put that one character up as basically Jesus Christ and they solve everything.
She was definitely a Mary Sue.
Yeah, and I like Lower Decks. I love the idea of having a show based not about the bridge crew where they just kind of come in and out of the story. Like Lower Decks did it to, I think, a really good version of that in a fun, silly way. But yeah, they did a really great version of that. And the other shows were ensembles, and I like the different personalities from the different characters coming in and out. And this guy is the lead this week. This guy's the lead this week. He solves it because he is the scientist. He solves it because he is the engineer, and that's what this situation calls for. And she solves it because she's the doctor and all that other stuff. So, or she, whatever it might be. So Starfleet Academy, I started watching it because I knew I was going to have issues with time this week. So I started watching it, and I watched like the first 11, 12 minutes first. And Nick's watching it, and Nick said he really liked it. I can give you his brief review here shortly. But I was watching it, and the first thing I texted, I'm like, these first 12 minutes are just awful. And so it was so un-Star Trek in the long run. It was like villain. It was biting off ears. I'm like, and then you kind of turn the corner when they get more towards, was it Bajor, I think it was, where it started off?
Yeah, it started off on Bajor,
yeah. And you're like, all right, the tonal shift. And you're like, all right. And so you get kind of what they're doing. But overall, I was pleasantly surprised, especially after watching it for the first few minutes. I'm going to it with an open mind proceeding. I tried to go into it with an open mind going into it. But the first episode made me, okay, the second episode, let's see where it goes. And then I'll watch the second episode today or tomorrow. But I was pleasantly surprised. I have some hope that it'll be definitely better than Section 31. Some of the characters are better characters than other ones. Some of them just like, it's going to be teen angst, and I'm like, okay, I got to wrap my head around that. And that the one guy, the one cadet saved the day already. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I got to wrap my head around that. Suspensions of disbelief here. I get that. But
he sings things. He's seen things.
He's seen things. He's seen unholy things. And young people, the youths.
He's lived a lot of life. And actually, he kind of expands on that in the second episode.
Yeah. And the bridge lights were on. That was nice. Mm-hmm. There was actually lights on in the bridge.
What I didn't like was how the captain never sat in the chair like you would expect the captain of a starship to sit. She sat in the chair like she was like 6 years old.
She was lounging, bro.
She was lounging. She was sitting on her legs like, dude, you're the captain. Show a little professionalism.
Okay, so the two things I need from Star Trek moving forward. I need the pointy sideburns back.
Not gonna happen.
I think the fall of Star Trek started with the lack of pointy sideburns. And can we get modern language out of Star Trek?
Like all the cussing?
It's just this slang and everything. I mean, this is the 32nd century, right?
Mm-hmm. Why
are we using modern slang? Like, Star Trek always had like a theatrical feel to it. And I get this as old man on soapbox. I get that. But one of the things I always admired about Star Trek was the hope for mankind in the future.
Right.
And the lack of swearing was network TV. I get that. But at the same time, it kind of showed that, we can address each other in terms. And I get that the burn happened and maybe they've kind of regressed from that. But I don't need modern slang in Star Trek. I really don't. Go ahead, John.
What's the burn?
You want to handle this one?
Yeah. So in their Discovery,
you guys look so disappointed.
No, in Discovery, they jumped in the third season. They jumped ahead like 1,000 years, 900 years in the future, and in this future, they basically mostly lost the ability to travel at warp speed because something called the burn happened. I really don't remember what happened, what caused it, but what happened was all of the warp cores and all of the ships that run on dilithium, it just exploded.
All the dilithium just exploded.
Just exploded all at once, and all these civilizations lost most of their fleets. And so basically, the only people in Starfleet who survived were the ones who had landside assignments. And so decimated Starfleet, decimated the Klingons, decimated everybody because they had these huge.
So the Federation
navies.
is no more.
This sounds no great. This sounds not great.
And if you at its core,
the Federation was dissolved
at the core, and I don't remember the specifics, and so I'm gonna sound like I'm hating, but a Kelpien screamed, and that caused the burn, and I don't know why I had that power. I don't remember.
I had forgotten about that.
Because that's where I quit. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm no more of this.
I had totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but if we Google it real quick, we could find that out. And there's a scientific reason why that happened. But basically, a guy yelled and throwing more plot point, but it caused the disruption of all dilithium in the in the 32nd century.
I appreciate you guys hipping me to that.
Yeah, so you're welcome. But that said, there is potential for Starfleet Academy, and so let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just like I went into Strange New Worlds with an open mind, and Strange New Worlds, for the most part, other than season 3, has proven me right.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah?
I
could tell you that when that poster hit, though, I had lost all faith. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I thought the poster was corny.
The poster was corny.
I didn't hate it as much as everybody else is. Like, okay, you guys are overreacting. I didn't like it, but it's like, well,
I didn't.
Whatever.
So I'm not like I was like, yeah, you're kidding. That was my reaction. Like, you're really kidding right now. This is. So, let's see the Doctor back.
Yeah.
And the best part of Discovery was in the first episode or second episode. I think I saw her real quick.
Who?
Jet Reno.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
She was. I forgot about that.
Jet Reno's great character.
Yeah. Hopefully we see more of her.
Yep. Real quick, we do have some brief feedback on YouTube.
Open hailing frequencies.
And it's all about Bill this week. It is all about Bill. We got little something .sweet9 said, loving having Bill on the pod. We have Booger Simpson. I think Bill's a great addition, so happy we found him for the show. Bill said thanks. And then we had also from Annette, Bill's super fun.
Okay. All right.
And just so you know, Bill and Annette, there are cookies upstairs from Annette from your challenge on Patreon.
It wasn't a challenge. It was me baking.
Yeah.
I baked it.
Well, you have to bake her cookies now too, because that was the agreement. She sends you cookies, you bake her cookies.
Okay, I'll send her some
All right.
cookies.
I do want to say that when you were first a guest, I immediately texted the two of them and was like, "That's your guy. No need for me."
No, we need you.
I don't think Sean wants to be on this podcast half the time.
Here's the thing: I can't do every week, so that's
Yeah.
the only reason you're here. No, it's not. It's not the only reason.
No,
you're
it's
here.
true. I believe my initial request was to be if this was the Daily Show, I requested to be Lewis Black. Just pull me in occasionally.
Lewis Black's going to be at Firekeepers over towards Battle Creek. I'm like, all right. Didn't you have some feedback you wanted to talk about from YouTube that Nick sent yesterday?
Oh, I mean, I didn't have anything. I just think it's ridiculous. Like,
We'll read it real quick.
You were talking all this big shit in the chat.
Because I get it. These two episodes I don't think give us much, and one thing Nick is really good at is making it seem like there's more than there is to those episodes. So go for it.
Well, I mean, I didn't have feedback particularly for that particular one. I think it's silly to. I find
Basically what happened over on YouTube is...
you kind of got to set it up.
I'll set it up. So we are not perfect. We do this thing called Star Trek Jeopardy. We do it for fun. I do it when I have time, and the goal is to put out one episode a month. We're going to rotate hosts, skipping Sean because Jeopardy would have all kinds of spoilers for Sean.
Skipping Sean, because Sean is a Star Trek child.
Unless you did an episode totally devoted to the original series.
Yeah.
So even this, I will say, it's weird. And so where you're like, I don't think Sean wants to be on the podcast. It's not that. It's just I don't really know. Other than like hanging out with my pals, I don't know what I bring to the show. Because it's like, you just heard me talk for 25 minutes about 4 Marvel teasers. That's my wheelhouse.
Didn't you bring that to the show, though?
And also you bring that newcomer's perspective, which I enjoy.
That's the value.
Okay, well, I don't know how much this heart, because there's dudes out there like that.
Oh, there's guys
that
like
are
this.
like, meh. And it's like, I enjoy, my love for the original series is a like, I miss my mom warm blanket. And Next Generation is like, I'm taking my time through it. Like, it's a nice juicy steak that's nostalgic for a particular time period. But when you guys are talking about Starfleet, I don't know if I'll ever get to it. I don't know if I care that much. And I don't know if having a person who's like, yeah, I dabble my toes in this, but it's not like ruling my life, is necessarily like what listeners would want.
Well, you know,
We had that prior, and
and I didn't like that.
But it's good to
I
have
was
a fresh,
like, that guy's, he's dragging you down.
It's good to have a fresh perspective, though, because I've grown up.
And now I'm going to be new Joe, and that's not cool.
You're
Bill's over here getting pats in the back. People are making him cookies. The only feedback I've ever got is like, that guy looks like he hates you and us. And I was like, that's my face.
Lord.
So there's like, because you guys, I'm obviously in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians group chat.
Kardashian.
Sorry.
Slow down.
That's the other group chat that I'm in.
Well, I enjoy what you bring to the show.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. That's
Yeah.
very nice
So-
of you.
I enjoy your passion about Marvel, and I really do enjoy your newcomer's perspective of Star Trek.
Well, I appreciate that.
As a huge fan of Star Trek, I'm always trying to bring people into Star Trek.
You guys that were busting out like inside jokes, and I just show the phone to my wife, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. I feel so out of place.
You'll get there, though, someday. You're going to get through Next Generation.
But then you have some.
All right, so
clown
basically, we
that
had
goes
some guy
on-
on YouTube. First of all, comment on one of the questions. You guys, well, I guess, so we had a category where we.
You guys, I love that this is now a talking point in the episode, because when I was like, hey man, I finally got some feedback and it was not good, you guys were like, don't, just ignore it. Now you have a segment on the show that's like,
well,
because feedback, this sucks.
Because your reaction, I want you to, because you said you have something to say today. So basically, someone said they didn't get the spirit of one of the categories, which was gargoyles. And instead of just saying the actor, we wanted to say the character they played on Star Trek. And they took issue with that. And then another category.
Is this Gargoyles, the 90s cartoon show? Okay.
Yeah. And another category, they thought something was a quote. It wasn't a quote.
Okay.
And it was just a play on people who've died in Star Trek.
Okay.
And they took issue with that, saying basically that they stopped after listening because we screwed up the quote.
Okay.
You had something to say.
Well, yeah, in response in the group chat, I gotta pull it up. I just say things. My wife is always like, oh,
So he was all talk. He never.
No. I just got to pull it up so that
we did all this for nothing. Too bad we don't edit.
So that I follow the okay. I got to go back past all my gifts where I'm talking. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Nope. That's past. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I said tomorrow I'm going to give this guy something to be really upset about, which is true because I'm just, I thought my thing was going to be just not knowing what's going on. So
Okay.
Okay. that was has Sean watched the 2 episodes that we're talking about? No.
Now, see, and we weren't gonna talk about that. We were gonna pretend you saw him.
I'm still on season 4.
Again, he's filling in the role for Joe.
And then it turned into basically I said, fuck that guy. Like, let's do 2026. We can gaslight this dude into thinking he's always been wrong about that quote. But then you guys realized that he was wrong.
Yeah,
I think my issue with this is more so, and you guys did address it. It's like, I think that Bill, I love you. Ever since you showed up on the show, I was like, he's the guy. And I was like, I'm not the guy. But I can be the villain. So that's my role.
There you go. You're the villain.
This is what
You're
it's
the
going to
bad
be.
guy.
That's not my vibe in normal life. But if I'm going to get pegged right out of the gate as ambivalent and as though I do not want to be here, well, buckle up because that's what I'm doing.
I don't want a bloody bun. Sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah, but anyways, send us your favorite pictures of meat.
Did he say meat?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll show you some meat.
Hell yeah. We're down.
That's also what you bring to the table. So
puts it on the table before pre-show.
Yeah, because this is, Nick addressed it in the this is supposed to be fun, and you're doing the Jeopardy thing as fun, and I run into this in,
comic books is huge.
Yeah,
this community is huge.
So I have my own thing that I'm doing solo, which is
why don't you plug it?
I have a YouTube channel where I talk about comics. I'm not ready to plug it.
Okay.
And yesterday I was on the phone, or I was doing an interview with this guy from Scotland, right? And it was great. Had a good time with it. But one of the things that we talked about was we're both relatively small channels that met through a larger channel, and friends with this guy. And I can't wrap my head around how large his channel is, and how much feedback he gets.
Oh yeah,
because I was explaining this is something that I'm well versed in. I understand. I'm pretty much always positive about it because that is relative to what you see on this show, my vibe. And so I've never been like message boards. I don't engage, even on social media. I'm not really, and let's go out here and I don't have the time. And so I see something like that where someone took the time to be and I don't get it. Dude, you're just out here doing a thing that's supposed to be fun. And if there's an error, there's no need to call it out. I
don't mind calling out the errors because I can be better.
Sure.
Absolutely can be.
Okay, but I mean, dude, you've got a busy week. You've got 2 kids. You just had to kill your dog. You killed your old co-host. You killed your co-host before that. You got a lot of stuff that you have to cover up.
I got a lot of bodies to bury, man.
You got things going on.
Yeah.
And so just relax. Everybody settle down.
I get bodies in. I got places.
People just take some of this stuff very seriously, and it's not meant to be serious.
No,
it's fun.
It's fun. I mean, we don't we know what the channel is. We're here to hang out most of the time and just have fun. And we got some great listeners and people that are very vocal with us, and we love them. You can't invest in what people say. We did yesterday, but mostly I think for fun.
Yeah.
Because it's
I didn't realize it was going to wrap around in my tongue, but yes, that is going to be my role.
Yeah.
That's what I've decided.
I respect
I'm the villain.
I respect it.
So you're the dick.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to like me. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, it fits because it's already that way, so we don't like you.
I didn't think it was. That was the part that I think rubbed me the wrong way about that comment, where they were like, "It seems like he doesn't like you." It's like, I have known you for 25 years. I wouldn't hang around if we didn't get along.
I'm wonderful.
And that's actually one of the things that me and the guy from Scotland talked about was I brought up there was a video that I recently did where I talked about coming into Superman with you, and your face when you saw the Superman shirt before you saw that it said DC sucks.
Yeah.
And how that is our thing.
Yeah.
and someone else that isn't like in our world would think that I'm being a dick.
No, they think you're just being a dick. Yeah,
Or a hater or whatever. And it's like, no, man, this is our vibe. Like,
and you know, I like Marvel, but I'll make fun of Marvel around you.
Right. And like the comic book shop that I go to when we had Henry's baby shower, they all got him like Aquaman onesie.
Hell yeah.
Because they just knew, like,
hell yeah,
Sean's not putting him in that.
Yeah.
And if he does, like, we're going to post that picture everywhere. Right?
Did you put him in it?
No. And I passed that along to another kid that was being. Somebody got him like DC Little People, and I was like, get it out of here.
I'll tell you though, when he's a little bit older, watch Teen Titans with him. You'll enjoy it, and he'll enjoy it.
I don't like. That's the other thing too. Is like I make this stance, but if that kid comes home and is like, I love Batman. Well, guess what? We all love Batman.
Bill, we have a job.
Yeah.
What, to make him love Batman?
Yeah.
Make him really love Batman.
Yeah. Make him love Wonder Woman.
Never bringing him around.
So what we got to do is get Sean and his wife to go watch a movie and leave through a dark alley. No, wait, no, we're not trying to make him Batman. All right, I misunderstood the assignment. We're not trying to turn her into Batman.
When I'm not here next week, it's because I'm dead.
We do have Bill next week. Hey, you're going to host.
See,
March's
they're
Jeopardy.
already planning it.
Yeah, you're holding March's Jeopardy. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
I'm gonna host April's Jeopardy.
See, I won't do because you're all
Marvel.
You're like spoilers, and I'm like that's just filled with spoilers.
We can get together and we can write a TOS episode of.
Nobody wants to watch that.
He would.
I'm just being an antagonist.
But even that, I'd still have to be like, do I actually remember that correctly?
Do you think I remember everything that he comes up with on Jeopardy?
You guys sure do seem like it. You're expert. You're Trek-experts.
Some of it requires a lot of research.
I watched an
Writing one episode takes a while.
Okay.
I watched an episode last night where you talked about
and
registry
so that's
numbers.
the other thing that bums me out about some dude being like, because it's like, dude, you took time out to do this, and I don't know. The internet is a cesspool, and I hate it.
It really is.
I don't like podcasts. I just, you know.
Dave Chappelle said that Twitter is a bathroom wall, and I feel that way about the internet. You know, people write their thoughts on the bathroom wall. It's like, why would I read a bathroom wall?
For a good time, call Sean's. Oh, sorry.
No, because I was talking to Nick recently where I was just like,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, this was before he passed. R.I.P. And a little bit of the thing is like I sort of, you know, it's like like you guys watch something, you go out see a movie, and then it's like, well, we got to save it for the pod. And
we don't do that.
You
we don't do that.
Okay.
No.
All right. I can't remember what we were doing, and there was something where I was.
We
just
joke.
Like, I sort of miss like. And it's not you guys. It's like the collective discussion of things. I miss being like, we went and saw this movie. Now we're going out to eat afterwards. We talk about the movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that unfortunately, this is my view of the internet is like I see a lot of minds get swayed by the louder voices.
Oh yeah, like
in nerddom.
Oh
right.
I my opinion's
Right.
wrong.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that it just bugs me because it's like a perfect example that I often go back to is the movie The Marvels.
Okay.
I liked it.
My daughter really liked it.
It was an hour and a half comic booky punch up, and it was fun.
Yeah,
it was stupid fun. And sometimes you need stupid fun. And I liked the fact that it was 90 minutes. I was like, oh, after so many epics that were 3 hours, 3.5 hours, I get this hour and a half. I go out with my wife. We go out to dinner afterwards. We talk about it. That's that.
Yeah.
You know, have a couple drinks, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
On social media, somebody was like, there was a post about, hey, Marvel's is in theaters. And I was like, yeah, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. Holy shit. Just the vitriol that was spewed at me for a couple days. I was a Disney shill.
Well, first of all, women.
Right.
Am I right?
And even that, and I was like, motherfuckers, I could crush you to death with my stack of Monica Rambeau books, right?
Right. I learned a long time ago that, people don't like it when you don't like stuff that they like.
Yeah.
Or if you like stuff that they don't like. Like, I don't like shrimp. And it's shocking how many people give me crap about it. Like, how can you not like shrimp? I just don't like shrimp. Well, what is it? It tastes weird. I just don't like the way it tastes. I don't like shrimp. And I get all kinds of hell about it.
I get that for peanut butter. I can't stand peanut butter. Cannot stand peanut butter. The smell of it makes me want to punch people.
The smell of shrimp makes me and I'm not allergic to it. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like the way it smells. If you were eating shrimp, I'd probably leave. I just don't like the smell of it.
Fair enough.
my mother was allergic to shellfish, and so that meant everyone was allergic to shellfish.
Fair enough.
And so I'd never had shrimp. And so my mother-in-law, they have on Christmas Eve this like hors d'oeuvre thing, and there's shrimp and blah, blah, blah. And every year they were like, and I was like, no. And they were like, well, you don't even know, try it. Like, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to have an allergic reaction on Christmas Eve. So finally, after years upon years of nagging, I was like, let me get an allergy test. Guess what? Not allergic to shellfish. And so every Christmas Eve since I got the allergy test, they're like, you want to try shrimp? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You guys got to devein it, de-poop it. Looks gross,
Yeah.
slimy. Out of here.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy my meatballs, you jerk.
Tastes weird.
I'm going to pull Nick because you know when Nick's here, he's kind of like the father figure. He kind of keeps us organized a little bit. But we're an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I'm going to pull him audible. We're only going to do Realm of Fear today.
Which one was Realm of Fear?
I love that one.
That's a Barkley one. That's the first
come on.
one.
That was the Barkley one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my review of the other one anyway. So.
Well, save it till next week. You'll be
Okay,
here.
I'll
That
save
one
it
we'll
next
save till next week.
I will save it the next week.
Because when Nick and I go see a movie, or I go see a movie with you, or if we ever get to, I'll talk about the movie right there.
No, I know.
Then we bring it up right here. Why wouldn't you? I'm not going to save it for the pod. You guys get the best content.
Yeah. We workshop it together.
Yeah.
And then we give you the best.
That's right. So Realm of Fear is a young Enterprise engineer is forced to confront his paralyzing fear of being transported. Boom, Nick. That's how you do it.
Slow clap.
You all right over there? Oh, my God.
I like that episode a lot better than I like the Man of the People.
We haven't watched Man of the People yet. I'm just kidding. No, I agree. I agree.
And I'll share my thoughts on Man of the People next week. This episode, I like the fact that, Reg Barkley is somebody who's basically been marginalized on the Enterprise because he's got these tics. He's weird.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
And he's weird. And because of that, he's been marginalized. And, he's coming around and people are making friends with him, but he's still kind of on the fringe.
Yeah.
And, he has this weird experience. And of all the people, why did shit have to happen to Reg?
Poor Reg. Exactly.
Why could it have been Jordan?
I had the same thought where I'm like, of course it's him.
I mean, but he's the one who really figured it out. I mean, and everybody else contributed. The doctor had to figure out the medical part of it. But Reg.
You mean it wasn't all Burnham?
It wasn't all Burnham. Exactly. But Reg, he's the one who ultimately solved the problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, I like the fact that, they can bring this guy in who's been marginalized, he's the weirdo on the show.
Yeah.
But, he knows his job. He knows his stuff to the point where he was actually able to say, okay, this is what's going on.
I do appreciate, so in the beginning of the episode, when Reg is on there, they're talking to him just like he's a normal dude. Mm-hmm. And then it goes all Reg, and they're all like, okay, but they still didn't. They moved on from the disrespect part where they saw in the earlier episodes where it's like, you're a freaking weirdo. But now they're just like, he's okay. And he's a weirdo. Mm-hmm. So I kind of appreciate
he's weirdo, but he's our weirdo.
Because even like Riker was like sensible to him.
Yeah.
Where Riker was
Riker
a dick
Riker
before.
didn't like him at all in his first episode.
No. Riker didn't like him at all in the first episode.
Sure didn't.
He's the hype guy. Yeah.
Flavor Flav!
When was Reg introduced?
Soon for you. So Sean screwed up because he pointed it out.
Sean did not screw up.
Sean is a screw up. So yeah.
Can we talk about that?
We've already done that episode. We can though. I'll talk about that movie all the time. But it's a very science fiction episode, and it seems like to me with the ending of Time 02, which I will not spoil.
Go ahead.
This is where the technobabble really gets heavy,
mm-hmm.
starting like this season where everything's solved by technobabble because of these first 3 episodes
mm-hmm.
Are technobabble heavy.
And that episode was very technobabbly.
Yeah, and this one was too, but you're dealing with a transporter.
I'm talking about this episode. Yeah. What was it called again? Schism. What it was called?
Realm of Fear.
Realm of Fear. I'm getting my episodes mixed up. This was very babble heavy.
See, I can deal with that because it's a transporter.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with something that's not real, that has to be explained some way, shape, or form, where there's an issue with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that more than them solving the issue in Time 0 with just technobabble.
I don't know. I had a little bit of an issue with that.
Do you? What's the issue, Sean?
He doesn't want to be left out.
He doesn't want to be left out. He's the hype guy again. So, again, I can. this is more of a leap I can take with this episode. And I remember kind of going into it thinking, I don't think I liked this episode. And then watched it and said, you know what? That wasn't terrible. Very science fiction-y, which is okay.
Yeah. It was a solid episode.
It was good. Mm-hmm. It wasn't bad at all.
Unlike
which I thought it was.
The People, which was not a good episode. No. I mean, it's very rare, and you guys will find out as you get to know me better. It's very rare that I truly dislike something. I disliked the first 2 seasons of Next Generation.
Oh yeah,
and there's not a whole lot of episodes after that I disliked, but this is one of the episodes I just didn't like. The Man of the People. I'm
looking forward to talk to it, so we can talk about Deanna on that episode.
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
So. I bet.
But like I said, I don't know. Is there anything really to talk about other than them kind of accepting his weirdness with this episode? And
I mean, even though I said he's been marginalized, he's less on the margins now because they once again they've accepted him. He's still kind of an outsider, but they've accepted him. At least they're not trying to get rid of him anymore. Because before, Jordy's like, listen, we got to get this guy out of here.
Well, yeah, because it's nice because they actually went into it and then they started going, okay, his weird can benefit us because the way his mind works, he's able to figure out the transporter issue. And him and Jordy bounced things off of each other to make it work, but it wasn't data solving. It was those two working together. And then ultimately the weird guy really saving the day for those colonists or whoever they were.
Clearly the message of the episode is that the weird guy can help out. You need to be nicer to weirder guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the long run, the weird guys can add to the show.
That's what I took from it.
Yeah, weird guys can
absolutely.
Like you
shouldn't alienate people because of their weirdness. Yeah. Look, when he shows up, he knows all about the transporter. That was clearly a Baron.
I was definitely the weird guy in some situations.
Oh, I've always been the weird guy. Well, weird in some ways, and weird in other ways. I've always been that guy, and I'm okay with that. I enjoy it.
Right.
Yep. You got anything else for this episode? I know it's really short, but there's really
there wasn't a whole lot to talk about the episode.
There really wasn't. There wasn't substance. I guess you could say.
That's why we should talk about Man of Fear.
Realm of Fear.
Realm of Fear. Man of the People.
Man of the People. Dang it. So about Data's Day.
So about Data's Day. Sean lives in the past. If you couldn't tell. Data's Day.
Well, there's an episode coming up this season that I was looking forward to Joe seeing, and now he's gone. So I'm looking forward to you seeing it too. So you got to get caught up.
Okay.
Which episode?
It's the
You guys asked me to get caught up over Christmas while I was busy watching Die Hard.
It's the 2-parter Chain of Command.
Chain of Command's great.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to Joe seeing that because I really wanted his take on it. So listen, I don't care if you're not caught up. When we get to Chain of Command, you got to even if you're not.
No, he's gonna catch up.
Watch Chain of Command when we get there.
I'm gonna chain him up. I'm gonna Chain of Command him up.
Rob's gonna be real.
I will come over and watch him with you.
I will tell you though. Next episode we get so the 2 episodes we have to do next are Man of the People and Relics.
Mm-hmm.
Relics. I'd love to have Sean on to talk about that one.
Yes.
So I'm very curious. I'm hoping he can catch up and maybe record like something for us to splice in.
All right.
Because I think
I don't want the audience to be disappointed.
No, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you anything about it because I want you to go into it not knowing what's going to happen.
Going fresh.
But I think you, of all people that are on this podcast, will appreciate that episode.
The title makes me think that it's a callback to something.
I'm not saying the darn thing, but I think you, of all people, will appreciate that episode.
Okay, I'll get back into it.
Don't go looking it up. Don't Google it.
Yeah, don't Google
it.
I
don't.
Oh, open and slap you.
Dude, I knew I was showing up today, and I still didn't catch up on a season and a half. I'm not going to go Google it. I've been enjoying it at my pace, and my pace did not match up with when you guys murdered
to hurry
Joe.
Up.
I know, but I didn't know that they were going to
4 months ago.
That was not 4 months ago.
It was October.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is that when you guys asked me to do this?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Time is a construct.
It's a construct that you are way behind.
Dude, I'm bad on it.
Yeah.
You guys, next episode, all Bluey.
Not a chance in hell.
I used to be able to watch the show with Henry. He calls it Space. He runs around with a little Enterprise toy. Huh?
How old is Henry?
3. And then we hit a point where I was like, oof, this is nightmare-inducing.
There's only a few episodes like that ever.
What was the one where the guy turns into the insects after he gets shot in the face?
Oh, in the first episode?
That's first season.
Yeah.
That's conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God my internet buffered. Because it was legitimately, I was watching that with him, getting him down for a nap, and it buffered right at the shot.
I remember when that episode came out, it was very controversial. I was in high school, and they actually talked about that. It was very controversial because it was very graphic.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
It was very controversial, and I loved it. Blow him up.
They blew up his head. You saw
I know.
that one.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
was
it's good.
awesome.
So thankfully, he
It was
down
awesome.
for the
I
nap
wish
when
they-
that happened.
I wish that species would come back.
Yeah, and I'm really disappointed that they never really they never resolved that storyline.
They
They never visited it.
They morphed it into the Borg. They changed it from that to the Borg. So, all right, where guys?
Really?
Where can they find us on social media, guys?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians on YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. And keeping underscore
up underscore with
Kardashians
oh dang
on Instagram.
Yep.
I didn't know there was going to be a test.
494-0980. You can hit us up there. You can still praise Bill.
Yeah.
Tell me how he's doing. Send hate mail to Sean.
Yep.
And, be
tell-
be indifferent towards me.
Or
Bring
tell Bill
it.
he sucks and love on Sean.
No, absolutely
You
not.
absolutely can
Bill's
do that.
the guy.
Sean's trying to get out of it.
Bill's the guy.
He's trying to get out of
Sean,
it.
you're funnier than I am.
No, sir.
All right, guys. We'll be back next week with Bill next week, and then Sean after that.
Yeah, my introduction to the Kardashians.
And then we will have Nick back as well.
Maybe.
And then at some point, it'll be just Bill, Sean, and Nick, because I'll be on vacation in February.
Where are you going?
Disney World, which is a story for next week's episode.
I'm going in 2 weeks because I'll be on vacation. I'm going on a cruise.
You guys and your vacation.
It's just me and the wife for the first time ever.
Oh.
And my wife and I don't have kids, so hey.
I'm going to have to replay this song. I did it.
It something hit me. I'm the oldest here, been married longest, but I don't have kids.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're the smart one.
And we wanted kids. And
Yeah.
you know what? Save it after pot.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been Rob.
This has been Bill and still is.
Sean still mourning Tasha Yar.
He is. He won't let it go.
I won't let it go.
We'll see you guys next week. Drop some comments.
I might be changing allegiance.
And Sean will catch up. Be well, guys. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye.